Hello, and welcome to the UCF Rosen College. We are happy to have you. My name is Lance Donovan. I'm the orientation coordinator and one of the academic success coaches here. I am here to help you. Today, we'll go over some brief things having to do with the UCF Rosen College academics, as well as how to register for courses, read the general education sheet, and use all the various academic planning tools. Let's get started. This is the general education program. Okay, and so for those of you coming in with a Florida AA, the Florida Associate of Arts degree, you will have all of these satisfied, so you not have to worry about the 12 GEPs. No matter what courses you have taken, that AA will take care of all of it. All right, so make sure it's important that you send in those transcripts once your degree has been conferred from your previous institution, because if you send them before, then we won't have that in the system, and then it'll show up that some of these may need to be completed. So make sure you send those transcripts once the AA is actually on there, all right, or resend them if you already have sent them previously, okay? So you can see here there's 12 different GEPs. There's 5 different foundations that are in those black umbrellas at the very top. But just to take a step back, there's a few different elements of it, okay? So just to define a few things. So those courses with a diamond next to it, okay? So those are what's called a state core course, okay? And you have to take one of those for each foundation. So those black foundations, so the communication foundation encompasses GEPs 1 through 3, historical and cultural foundation encompasses GEPs 4 through 6, so on and so forth. So no matter which general education course you take, okay, for each GEP, you also have to take into account that you need, for those sections, for the foundation sections, you need one of those courses to be a diamond course, okay? So in the historical and cultural foundation, if you came in GEP 4, you took AMH 2010. Well then, for one of GEP 5 or GEP 6, you have to take a course with a diamond next to it. So MUL 2010 would work, Phi 2010, philosophy, or theater survey, that would work as well, okay? Then you have the Gordon Roll writing courses, all right? There are 4 of these, okay? Keep in mind you have to earn a C or better, okay? The rest of the GEPs you can earn right beneath the C minus, but if you earn beneath the C minus for the Gordon Roll writing, they won't count. But basically they're just writing intensive courses that you can see here are notated through the GRW prefix. So you need 4 in total. ENC 1101, ENC 1102, those are required for everyone. So you're going to have those 2. So where are you going to find those other GRWs from? Well, the easiest place to find it is going to be in the historical and cultural foundation, okay? So really from GEP 1 and GEP 5, you're going to want to make sure that one of those is a Gordon Roll writing, and then GEP 6, you'll probably also want to make sure that one's Gordon Roll writing. Once you've done that, you'll have taken care of your 4 Gordon Roll writing requirements, and then you'll be all set to go, okay? There's also the Gordon Roll math requirement, which has the same grade that you need, a C minus or better. Now, keep in mind that for all students at the Rosen College, with the exception of theme park students, which we'll get to in a second, you have to complete MAC 1105 or higher, computer fundamentals or stats, and then one of macro or micro economics, okay? Theme park majors, you only have to worry about macro or microeconomics. You do not have to complete MAC 1105 or computer fundamentals or stats. Okay, so you can see that with the diamond courses with the Gordon Roll math courses for all the math options, unless you're a theme park major, all of our other majors, you're going to have to take one of those anyways. So you don't even have to worry about it. And same thing with the diamond. You'll have to take MAC 1105. It's a Gordon Roll math, okay? You need 2 of those, and it's a diamond course, okay? So you'll have that taken care of, all right? Same thing with a course like stats, statistical methods, right? It's a Gordon Roll math course, so you'll get that taken care of. There's also the civic literacy requirement. So that's notated here under CL. You do have to take, if you started in the Florida state system, fall 2018 or later, you have to take one of AMH 2020 or POS 2041. Even if you have GEP 10 satisfied, you have to complete it for the civic literacy requirement. Okay, And for that one, again, that's a civic literacy requirement. If you came in fall 2021 or later, you'll also have to complete a civic literacy exam separately. That can be done on webcourses/Canvas or in person at the testing center for $30. All right. So that's the general part of the GEP. Okay. Just keep in mind that you have to complete the 12 GEPs, the 5 foundations, and then those Gordon Rule requirements. As long as you do that, you'll be okay. Okay, so as we talked about, we do have 3 common program prerequisites for all students that are not theme park majors. Again, theme park majors, you are only required to take macro or microeconomics, okay? Now, you are required to have a C or better in all of these courses. So while the GEP, for the GEP requirement, it may be accepted with a C-, we will not accept for the major requirement a C- in any of these courses that are required for you. So do keep that in mind, okay? And you do have some options for all of these. You have the MAC 1105, obviously, for that part of it. Then you have computer fundamentals or stats for the second part. And then that final part, macroeconomics or microeconomics. Do ensure you get a grade of C or better for all 3 of those courses. Okay, so when it comes to some of your academic planning resources, the biggest thing is the MyNight audit. So just briefly, the MyNight audit is essentially where your degree lives. All of your requirements for your undergraduate degree that you currently have declared are going to be on there. So all of your general education requirements, okay, all of your state requirements like the civic literacy exam, okay, they'll be on there. All of your course requirements for your major will be on there. The requirements for state hours, the requirement for state upper level hours will all be in there. And you can easily search it by viewing it as a PDF and Command or Control F and searching through the various requirements you would like to see. Everything will say satisfied or not satisfied. So if you want to see what you have yet to complete, you can just Control F search not satisfied. That will pull up all the results for everything you have yet to complete. And if you are taking a course, and it will show up as satisfied. So let's say that you come in the fall and you take ENC 1101. So the second that you register for that course at your in-person orientation experience, that will show up as satisfied on your audit. So keep that in mind that it shows up as satisfied, but of course will not be fully satisfied until that final grade does come in. We also have the undergraduate catalog. In there, you can find policies, resources, you can find the test results, and the equivalencies for AP, ACE, IB, and all of that in there. And you can also find the degree requirements through a list form in there, as well as various contact information and things of that nature. So the UCF catalog is certainly a vital resource for you to understand. And your catalog year coming in will be 2024-2025. So ensure that you understand what your catalog year is, because the catalogs do change every year when the academic year flips over on July 1st. So keep that in mind. And if you are admitted prior to July 1st and you're coming in the summer, you will be a 2024-2025 admit. Also, please sign up for your UCF email, okay? This will ensure that you receive all the necessary information from the institution. Anytime you email someone at the UCF community or in the UCF community, please use your UCF email. We are not allowed to share confidential information outside the UCF network, so please ensure that you always communicate with us through your UCF email. You also have MyNight Star, which is how you can schedule and book all of your success coaching appointments. So anytime you would like to speak with one of the members of the team, or you're having a follow-up or anything like that, you can schedule it on MyNight Star, and we will also schedule some of your appointments on MyNight Star as well. So if we're having an initial conversation and we schedule a follow-up for 4 weeks later, we'll likely schedule that for you during that appointment, and you will get a confirmation email from that letting you know that your appointment has been scheduled and the instructions for that appointment. Okay, so MyNight Star is essentially your way to connect with us as your academic success coaching team. Okay, then we also have a great resource for you. It's called the Rosen College Undergraduate Advising Guide. In there, we have all sorts of forms, which you'll also learn about through your pre-orientation content, how to do those forms and complete those. Resources, policies, different dates and upcoming events coming up. So through there is a great way to kind of get in the know and figure out all the different things that are going on. And if you ever have any questions, go in there first, look through some of those resources. you might get your questions answered. And then, of course, if you're still confused and need assistance, we are certainly here for you. It's also important to remember that you need to check your degree audit regularly, okay? So once or twice, even 3 times a term, check your degree audit, make sure all of your courses are in there, everything's showing as it should be, courses that you're taking are showing as satisfied, you can check your grades in there, your GPA, and start to calculate, okay, how many more courses do I have until the end of my degree? Things like that. You want to make sure that you understand your degree audit, and we can definitely guide you along the process of how to understand it and how to read the degree audit, okay? Keep in mind that prerequisites are enforced. So if you go to take a course such as financial accounting in the hospitality industry, HFT 2401, you will need to take MAC 1105 and micro or macroeconomics. Okay, you will not be able to take that course until you have both of the prerequisites. So keep that in mind. A lot of courses do have prerequisites, and you can see that on your degree audit. All right. And then again, as we've talked about, all major courses must be satisfied with a C or better, which also includes those common program prerequisites of college algebra, economics, computer fundamentals, or stats. You have to get a C or better for it to count. In terms of petitioning your transfer credits, I know this is something that's probably really important and a high priority for everyone. There are a couple of different ways to do so, okay? So if you are coming from a public Florida college, we have a shared numbering system, so likely a lot of that stuff is going to come over automatically for your general education courses, okay? Now, as you can see here on the left-hand side of this slide, you may need to petition those specialized hospitality courses because although we accept some automatically, even from other state institutions, we may not accept automatically. And we'll talk about how you can do that, how you do that process a little bit later through the course substitution petition, okay? And you will need the syllabus for that, all right? But all those ENC 1101, economics, things like that, if you're coming from a Florida public college, those should come over automatically. Now, when you come from an out-of-state or private institution, it's going to be a little bit more complex and a little bit more layered. So again, for those general education courses, it's going to be different than the major courses. For out-of-state and private institutions, you will have to submit your syllabus, okay, through the UCF transfer credit equivalency request, all right? So you can go on to the transfer credit equivalency portal, check if it comes through. If not, then you can go into the transfer equivalency request form, submit your syllabus in there as well as the course code that you previously took, and then UCF will evaluate it and let you know whether it's something that we can accept. Okay, so that's the process for that. And again, for an out-of-state or private or even a public hospitality course, most likely you'll have to petition that through the college through completing a petition for course substitution, which can be found online through the Rosen College Undergrad Advising Guide web course, okay, which is on webcourses/Canvas, or you can complete them in person at the main campus or Rosen campus advising suites. Okay, so a few more of our student organizations. Please get involved at the Rosen College. This is definitely a huge part of the experience at the Rosen College. We have tons of different student organizations, as you can see, all under the Rosen Life umbrella, which is our student organization over at the Rosen campus. They host and plan events all the time, and they're a really great organization to make everything interactive and fun and engaging and enjoyable for you. So all of these different organizations, I'm sure one of them correlates to something that you want to do in the industry or something that you're interested in. And if not, let Rosen Life know, and maybe you can think about trying to pioneer a club yourself. But there's tons of great organizations to join, like Future Theme Park Leaders Association, like Florida Restaurant and Lodging, so on and so forth. So please get involved if you have the opportunity to do so. And then scholarships. So we do have the UCF A2O Access to Opportunity, which you will certainly learn about through your in-person orientation experience. On there is where you can apply to all different scholarships, and you have the internal and external scholarships should show up on there. There's great opportunities on there to earn some awards. The external scholarships, this is going to be things that are private. So you can go to the hospitality.edu website and go on there and look at the external scholarship opportunities. They're posted and updated pretty frequently. And for the Rosen College specific scholarships, we do award actually more scholarship money than any other college, despite being the smallest one of the smallest academic colleges at UCF with only 3,000 undergraduate students. But we award about $250,000 annually. Over the past few years, I've seen tons of freshmen that come in, do orientation with us, and then see them around campus, and then just a few short months later, they're at the scholarship ceremony receiving their scholarships and their funds for their academics. So please apply through the Access to Opportunities website for these Rosen specific scholarships. They're great, and there's tons of them. So just to talk a little bit about what will go on during your in-person orientation experience and how registration will work. You will be in a group setting, okay? There will likely be several dozen people, students in there, and there will be probably a handful, maybe 3, 4, 5 academic success coaches in there to assist you and guide you through the process, okay? So please do keep in mind that we will be assisting many students, and you may have to kind of wait a few minutes for some guidance on that, but we will be there to help you, and you will have 90 to 120 minutes to register for all your courses and get everything figured out, okay? So the objective in the registration lab is to ensure that you enroll, okay, in at least one course, all right, and you ensure in all the necessary courses for your degree, okay? So what does that mean? That essentially just means we want to make sure that you don't enroll in a course that is not corresponding with one of the requirements for your degree. Okay, so as long as it corresponds to one of the requirements for your degree, we will likely be okay with that. We'll let you know any sort of combinations for courses that may not be recommended or anything like that. But just keep in mind that the goal here is to get you from your starting point until the end of your time here as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible for you, so that you don't lose out on any money and time lost, okay? So ensure that you enroll in courses that are required for your degree, and we will certainly help you with that, okay? And then additionally, we have a few different abbreviations and things to note, okay? So the Rosen campus location abbreviation is going to be RSH. So anything that says RSH 211, RSH 119. That's going to be a course at the Rosen campus, okay? You can also click on each course and it'll give you a full breakdown of where everything is, and you can see the campus. But that RSH abbreviation is a quick and easy way to say, hey, this course is at the Rosen campus, all right? Anything you see like NSC, CB2, CB1, which is actually where my office is located at the main campus, that's going to tell you that, hey, that's at the UCF main campus in East Orlando. So keep that in mind. Again, you can also see that on the campus setting. When you click on the course, it'll show campus, UCF main campus, campus, Rosen campus, etc. You cannot register for courses at the downtown campus. So anytime you see a course that shows location DPAC or location UWCV, you cannot enroll in any of those courses, okay? Non-downtown students without a downtown major cannot enroll in those courses. The only exception would be if you're a double major or minoring in a course at downtown. Okay, so if that's the case, then you could take a course there. Other than that, you cannot take any of those courses, so keep that in mind. Okay, and in terms of planning around timing and things like that, keep in mind that the Rosen campus and UCF main campus, you probably need about 45 minutes from the time that you leave your door until the time that you find parking on both ends. So it's about 30 miles, so just plan accordingly. You will not be able to make a course that's 10 minutes apart from Rosen and UCF, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, and then when we talk about modalities, so modality is the way that the course is going to be offered, all right? So W modality, which you can see here over on the near the section view, UW61, that shows you the modalities of W, that shows you it's fully online, okay? The room also says online, and the days and times also say ASC, which means asynchronous, so that means that you're not going to be doing work at a given time, so you're going to be doing it on your own time, obviously with due dates and things like that, but there's not a set meeting time. That's W. M is a mixed mode course, excuse me. Mixed mode courses means that you'll have a weekly session in person, and then the rest of the portion of that course will be offered online, either through recorded lectures, different materials, things like that, but it will be online, okay? And then the numbers in the section number, so the 0062 part, that's going to mean it's offered face-to-face, okay? And if you actually click on the course, any of those blue links, it'll show you the modality, the campus, as we talked about, the dates, all different things like that, and that'll be able to tell you as well that it's face-to-face. Typically for face-to-face, you'll have 2 to 3 meeting times per week in the fall and spring, okay? All right, so that's everything for this portion of your pre-orientation content. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your time, and I look forward to getting to know you all over your next couple of years here. On here, you can see a couple of different ways that you can reach out to us and interact with us. The easiest way to get to us is through that top left telephone number, the 903-8056 number. That's our general line, or that generalhospitality@ucf.edu email. And then again, if you want to come in person on main campus, classroom building 1, suite 302, that's where I'm located, and a couple other of our coaches and faculty members who teach hospitality courses at main campus are in there. And then the student services suite over at Rosen is going to be in suite 201. Thank you all so much for your time.